Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Oh, a very posh, elegant evening we have in store.
Yes, I'd say so myself. I think we're going to enjoy ourselves a piece of masterpiece fan fiction theater here on the Twitch stream of One Kame House Party. I'm Vince.
And I am Aaron. Thank you all.
welcome.
Yes, welcome. Come into our digital abode.
Yes, tread the digital boards.
We've fancied up, Vincent. We've adopted outlandish, posh British accents.
That's right. I've put on a suit and now I can't stop talking like a British man.
I am drinking the Queen's beverage tea.
Ah, yes, the Queen's favorite tea.
Required by law. She can't
Required by
say
law.
otherwise.
She can't say. Everyone knows the Queen loves a good Glenlivet, but dirty. It's like a dirty gin drink. But to the public, the Queen and the royals, they only drink tea.
Only the softest white tea.
That's right.
Negative caffeine.
That's exactly right. They drink sleepy time tea all day.
If there's not a bear in pajamas on it, they throw it out the castle window. They hit one of those guards, but the guard doesn't move.
Ah, yes, the beef eaters. He doesn't move. But he
he
does
goes-
say quietly to himself, would you mild mind not doing that ever again? That's what he says to himself. Mind not doing that ever again. There it is.
There we are. There we are. But yes, we've okay, I can't keep this up. But
Yeah, we could drop it now.
yeah, because we are it is Kami's Hangout, our monthly Dragon Ball themed stream. Hello, what up, Nick and Doug out there in chat. Thank you for showing up.
Howdy.
We're gonna be reading some of this here. We found some Dragon Ball Z fanfic, and I think we have one or two that we're gonna start out with. I'm gonna turn / mute this music off because we're gonna share our screens. So what we are going to do, we're just gonna read a bunch of fanfic. We're gonna do a bunch of funny voices, and we're gonna hang out. And we hope it's enjoyable and fun for all of you. If there's any fanfic, any DBZ fanfic that you want us to read on air, just put it in chat. I think you can do links in chat.
so.
We'll find out. I think I can always double check and make sure and make this window big. I'm a one screen boy tonight. Scarves only slow. No.
Ah, yes, the
It's
vocal
probably
warm-up,
fine.
important for any thespian. Any performer must work on their instrument.
Will we take requests in the future, Nick? Yeah, I mean, we'll see how successful this one is, how we're feeling it. So if you have one in the pocket that you want to send us later to read on a future one, we'll no guarantees, but feel free to. But we're starting with a real jokey one. I think we read the description, and that's it.
That's right.
And we were like, yep, this is it. Oh, wow, this is a very short one. So I will share my screen
Okay.
by not sharing this one. Share screen. Window. Wall.
Sweat. Down. Ball.
There we are.
There we are.
All right. So this is called, I am old, so I'm going to make that a big. All
Don't
right,
worry.
so this
I enlarged mine on my other screen. So you're not alone. We're both old.
Yes. What about fan? Yeah, we'll read fan manga if you send it our way.
Yeah,
that's
if you got
probably
it.
honestly that's probably better. It looked intimidating from like the half second we looked through it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I don't know where to start. But This one is called The Biggest Loser, DBZ style. It is by Obscurite Asile. Sure. Sorry, person. So, the plot. Yajirobe and Boo want to lose weight. Goku and Vegeta help them, but make a bet. What is the bet and who would win? Read to find out. All right.
Yeah, so we're about to read and find out.
All right, we're going to find... All right.
Read around and find out.
So sometimes it's hard to determine whose voice is who. So we didn't really discuss a plan for this, did we?
No, but I think this first line I want to change trainers. That can be me, right? That's Yajirobe, and then it looks like there's like a bit of a jump, like a time skip back.
So I'll read. Okay. So there's a Yajirobe.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be Yajirobe. Am I gonna be Vegeta?
I could do both.
Okay.
And then would you read the? Are we gonna read the stage directions?
Yeah. This is not a play, so no, we won't be reading the stage direction. But I can read the text, the non dialogue.
At least
All
for
right,
this first little scene.
Look, guys, we didn't think this out. We're like
dressed
fan
up.
fiction. That's funny.
We said fan fiction and dress up. Two things that we thought would be funny and fun. So here we go.
Then we grunted a bunch. We threw a bone in the air, and now we're here.
Yeah.
All right. It begins. My brother and I were acting really stupid when I thought of this. So if you don't like it, I can totally understand.
I want to change trainers.
Yajirobe cried cowardly while running away from Vegeta's blast. Now it's still you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing that's, yeah.
Shut up, you little freak. You've been complaining all month. Now pump those pathetic excuses for legs. Move it.
Vegeta screamed, making his blast go faster, which made Yajirobe run faster. He could see Goku and Majin Buu off in the distance, just sitting and looking peaceful. Were they doing yoga?
Can I have a break?
Yajirobe called out without thinking.
No way. No way, no may you not have a break.
Vegeta screamed.
Because of that insolent behavior, give me 1,000 push-ups. Now!
Yajirobe didn't want to anger Vegeta any further, so he immediately went into his push-up position.
1, 2, 3.
He called out while doing the push-ups. He heard an evil laugh.
Ha 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 ha! You'll be here all day. I'm going to see if that woman has made me lunch yet. When I get back, you better be finished.
Vegeta flew away, leaving Yajirobe. Okay, time out real quick. Nope, never mind. I don't know why I'm asking. Anyway, continue. Time in.
50, 51, 52.
The only reassurance that he got was that it would totally be worth it. DBZ. I'm guessing that's it's the Wayne's World Spirit Fingers.
I was gonna say we have this.
Ooh, got him. Elsewhere, Majin Buu and Goku were concentrating on releasing their chakras. Breathe in and out, Goku said, and Buu did what he was told. Goku was so relaxed and thinking about the bet he made with Vegeta. Vegeta and Goku were having a sparring match, and as usual, Goku was winning. He heard someone call his name from the ground, so they stopped the game and flew down. It was Buu and Yajirobe. Hey, Yaj, how are you? He asked vibrantly.
Not so well. Korn kicked me out of the tower.
Goku heard a stifled laugh from Vegeta. More stifled, please. All right, and then just as an alt, can we get a Muttley? Perfect. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
Well, he said he thought I should lose weight, and I can only go back if I had the body of a god. So naturally, I came here. Will you train me?
Yajirobe asked, hopefully. Sure, I guess so. But I mean, it will be a bit difficult seeing as I'm already training Boo. Yajirobe saddened. Yeah, you good over there, Boo? Boo! How's those? Have you done one push-up like I asked? Boo! All right, you're just kind of flopping around. Boo, 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 puppy! And you threw a puppy up in the air several miles. All right, I'm gonna keep talking to Yajirobe.
Down.
Oh, hey, Mr. Satan.
Oh, hey.
It's me, Goku.
Oh, right, Goku. Right, I know your son, Gohan. He's dating my precious Videl. He better not hurt her, or I'll hurt you.
No, I think, no, he'd never do that. He's kind of a wuss. Between you and me, Videl could beat his ass.
That's my girl. She's been kicking ass since she was 3.
Since 3?
Yeah, she's 3 years old. Taught her how to kick ass.
Whose ass? Who's it? Do you remember? I mean, a father always remembers the first ass their child kicks.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. So there I was.
Okay. Ooh, I'm sitting down. Yajirobe, sit down.
All right, fine. This is training, right?
Yeah, you know what? Training starts now. Go for it.
So there I was, walking the streets of West City, and with Videl she was in a little bassinet. And we come across an alleyway, and out jumped 2 guys with knives. They said, "Give me all your money." They hadn't noticed who they were looking at. They only saw a bassinet. They thought it was some kind of, I don't know, woman or something. But before
you were wearing your muumuu.
I was wearing a muumuu. And so I'm so famous I gotta wear a muumuu so I won't be bothered.
Yeah.
Like, look, Tyler Perry took after me.
Oh, you were in a full suit.
That's right. It went me, then Tyler Perry, then Big Mama's house. That's the lineage of the muumuu. Anyway, so I'm looking real innocent, whatnot. The guys come out with knives. They say, "Give us your money or we'll kill you dead." And before I could do anything, that little tiny 3-year-old child, Videl, had jumped out of the bassinet and had kicked one of those guys so hard in the butt, he hit the wall. And I couldn't help but laugh, and my signature laugh got their attention. So that's when they knew to run and hightail it out of here. I said, "Ha, ha, ha, my 3-year-old baby daughter, Videl, just kicked your butt. What are you going to do now?" And they said, "Hercule, that's you? In a muumuu?" And then speed lines, they were gone.
That's a proud day.
Proud day. Proud pop.
Hold on. But good to see you. Hold on. I gotta talk to my friend Yajirobe again. Hold on. Let me see where I was at.
Well, I distracted you because, I'm looking after Majin Buu.
Oh, that puppy finally came down.
Yep.
Boo! Oh, he caught him good. I thought I heard a thud there for a second, but I'm glad the dog is okay. So yeah, look, anyway, Yajirobe, I'm training Boo. I know Vegeta can train him. I know Vegeta can train him. They all turned to Vegeta and waited for an answer.
Sure, I don't see why not.
Everyone was surprised. Vegeta actually helping someone and doing what Goku said.
But let's make it a little interesting.
He put on a villainous smile that he hadn't used since he was, well, a villain.
Let's make a bet, Goku.
What type of bet, Vegeta? I'm Christian, so it better be a harmless one, Goku asked stupidly.
The trainer whose fatty has lost the weight
Well, that's
percentage
rude.
in the
Vegeta, that's
month.
kind of rude.
Shut up,
Jesus.
Kakarot.
All right, finish. Fine.
You insolent idiot. This is
That's
the
worse.
terms of the bet. The trainer whose fatty loses the most weight percentage in a month's time will have to go a day wearing a pink tutu.
Vegeta laughed. The thought of Goku in a tutu was hilarious. After all, there was no way he was going to lose. Okay, Vegeta, it's a bet.
Goku?
Goku snapped out of his flashback. Oh, wait, go back, because that's Boo.
Oh, wait. Goku?
Goku snapped out of his flashback. Yes, Boo?
Do you think I've lost enough weight?
Goku did this. Yeah, I think so. Dibbiz, 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 hit the thing. Dibbiz, dibbiz, dibbiz.
Nice to
Yeah.
know you two finally showed up.
Hold on, wait. Oh, we're all the way back here. Yeah, Jorby laughed as Goku and Boo showed up.
Who is this?
Hold on. Yeah. Can we get this over with? I heard that on tonight's episode of The Bendril, Vicky comes out of her coma. Goku said excited. Who is this Goku?
Vicky was in a coma?
Vegeta asked. Yeah, Rob shot her.
Isn't Rob dead?
No, that was his long lost brother Steve. Actually, this fucking rules. Canonically. Vegeta and look, okay.
Yeah, canonically, Vegeta and Goku, they fight all the time. They hate each other, like rivalry style, but they come together over this dumb show.
Look, Thursday nights, it's Riverdale. They are on the couch. They don't care if Beerus is in town training them.
It's them, and then, of course, like, Whis is like, oh, what's this? And then Whis is gonna get into it, but they try to keep, like, they don't want Whis in on this one.
They hide in a little. They have a little TV. They pull their phone out for the CW app.
Uh-oh.
Up.
Hold on. Come on through. Oh, no, it was a cat.
Is it Boo?
No, but it's a cat. Hold on. Oh, nope. Cat
Also,
said-
we have like 3 lines left in this thing.
Yeah, let's
that we've
finish
been
this thing up.
Stretching out. All right. Okay.
Oh?
Vegeta paused, taking in all of this new knowledge.
Anyway, we should weigh those fatsoes before getting your dress size. Fudgy, you're up first.
Quickly and nervously, Yajirobe ran onto the scales.
Gain what? How in the hiffle could I
Oh, wait,
gain
it's Vegeta,
weight?
but
Oh, wait. That's what I was about to say.
sorry.
Gain what? How in the hiffle did you gain weight?
Vegeta asked, frustrated while he was trying to sit down, but the frills on the tutu were making it extremely difficult. Yajirobe shrugged, and everyone laughed. If it's a consolation, I think the tutu makes you look very cute. Goku laughed and gave Vegeta a peck on the cheek, causing him to blush. The end.
Kakarot, don't kiss me in front of everyone.
Oh, only Riverdale time. We
That's right.
begin an episode with a kiss.
That's right. You
And then-
kiss me, I kiss you.
Then turn the volume up, pop the popcorn. You always try the popcorn trick, but instead of your dingus.
It's my tail.
Oh, I was gonna say it's a key blast, but so it depends on the week, which one it is.
I like to keep you guessing, Kakarot. Keeps the show spicy.
And then we kiss at the end. All right, so that at the end, that was I'm gonna say a highly editorialized version of The Biggest Loser, DBZ style. That's fun. Fan fiction's fun.
And of course, thank you, thank you.
Oh, yes, we can drop the voices.
Yes, we
now
can get these gauche American accents and their adenoids. Get that out of here.
Now, it appears that the Master Nicholas has sent us a fan fiction that that we did have on our list.
Oh, really?
President for a Day.
Ah, yes. You win bingo, Nicholas.
Now, that one's kind of a long go. So, do you want to, how about this? We find another short one and then do a little shorty.
Shorty, yes.
Under 1,000 words, and then maybe we'll finish with President for the Day. Does that sound agreeable, Mr.
I think
White?
we end with a chapter of President for a Day, and then we come back and revisit it later.
Yes, it is quite long. Wait, I think President for the Day has 0 chapters. I think it's just one long boy. Yeah, that's just one long boy.
Ah, yes, of course. Then we will find an appropriate...
Hold on. 70... maybe... I'm weighing it in my head. You want to just do it, and then we'll do it, and that might be the end.
Aye, let's do it.
We weren't planning on going too long. We've both, again, as actors, we have a bit of a night hawk, and we've been up late.
Yes, yes. For various reasons. We've been up late.
Various personal, non-dirty reasons.
Yes, we weren't just secretly kissing like Goku and Vegeta.
Yes, we openly kiss,
Yes, we kiss openly.
as all British do.
As the British do, it's how we conquered most of the world, by kissing openly. Elizabeth herself has kissed every foreign dignitary.
The kissing queen, they call her.
That's right.
Queen of broken hearts.
She broke mine.
Nick said, "Feel free to drop it at any point." But so I've read a little bit of it, and it seemed good. At least it seemed interesting. Not that, look, Biggest Loser, that ruled.
That truly was something else.
That was stupendous, worthy of the bard himself. The
Yes,
bard
yes. Old Shakes himself couldn't have written more eloquently for Boo, I'd say. Boo was in, but barely spoke.
That's how you, if you feel their presence, but they have barely any lines. Truly, a wonderful actor. All right, here we go. President for the Day. Do you want to pull it up as well? Shall I send it to you in the privacy chat?
I have it up, my good man. The first line is ugh.
Yes, the first line is about those weird furry boots that you see in all the Starbucks.
All the Starbucks and all the white women of a certain age.
I love that sitcom. White woman of a certain age.
Isn't it just called Moms?
Starring Anna Faris.
Yes.
Underrated Anna Faris. And
One of the most underrated.
Allison
Anna
Janney, I
Faris.
believe.
Yes, Allison Janney on a Ferris. AA battery, charging up the TV.
What's her face from the Mad Television?
Ah,
Liv
yes,
Sullivan?
yes. Yeah, of course, of course.
Mrs. Sullivan, out of respect, is what I
Out of
always call her.
respect, we always the Brits, we only call her Mrs. Sullivan.
It's also a little cheeky. All right, President for the Day. This is by Dark Angelus. Okay. That's fucking okay.
That's cool.
Back in
That
character.
rules.
We're back in character now.
We're back in character.
That's funny as hell, honestly. When Bulma comes down with the flu, Vegeta takes over Capsule Corp for the day, much to the horror of executives of a rival company who had hoped to intimidate the heiress into a deal. It is a one-shot. Rated T for teen.
Peggy 18.
No, Peggy 14.
Oh, sorry. Peggy 13.
Humor drama, Bulma, Vegeta, and I'm going to guess some executives. So I'll be the titular. Well, I guess not titular. I'll be Bulma.
Okay.
You, Vegeta, And then
Okay.
I'll read, and then, yeah, I shall read. I'll read all the other stuff. All right, let's just go till we go.
All right. Let's just ball till we fall.
Vegeta heard his wife's retching when he walked into their bedroom, and he immediately did an about face and left. Out in the corridor, his shoulders slumped as he felt a rare pang of guilt, and he went back inside and walked over to the bathroom. Cautiously, he rapped a knuckle on the partially closed door.
How do you feel, woman?
Feel? Came the expected response. How the hell do you think I feel? I feel like shit,
That's an improvement.
Vegeta said.
Last night you had said you wanted to die.
Flush. That was the sound of the toilet flushing, and then Bulma appeared in the doorway, looking haggard and pale. Still do, she croaked, Ribbit. I'm sorry, Caro.
Caro.
And wandered over to the closet, swaying slightly as she considered her wardrobe. Vegeta realized what she was doing and crossed his arms.
You don't honestly expect to work in that state?
I'm company president. I don't have any choice, she said weak. Sorry, I gotta say weak. I'm company. I should be acting sick. Okay, here we go. I'm company president. I don't have any choice, she said weakly. That place can't survive one day without. Nope. Sorry, hubby.
Fine,
That's your line.
Fine, woman. That place can survive That place can survive one day without you.
No, it can't. She tried pulling on a pair of pantyhose, a challenge even for fit women. Gross. At first, she had them inside out, and then backwards? By the time she finally had them on the right leg, her fingernails pierced the fine mesh and created a run. She balled it up and threw them away with a sound like a sob, and put her hot face in her hands. That was my last pair. Now I'm going to have to shave my legs. Damn it. Watching the show from a safe vantage point, the Saiyan gamely tried again.
Listen, you're in no shape to work. Go to bed.
I can't, she yelled, glaring over at him. Her blue eyes were fever bright and shiny with unspent tears. Damn. I have a meeting with executives of quantum dynamics this morning.
Who?
Who? Who, me?
Who, him?
Damn it, Vegeta. I've been raving about those idiots for the last 2 weeks. Haven't you been listening? Oh, don't answer that. I've been in negotiations with them for months. They finally agreed to a meeting with me to discuss a possible merger. If I get them, it opens up a portion of the private sector that Capsule Corporation has never managed to penetrate.
So?
Releasing a huff of exasperation, she continued. It means, Mr. Wizard, more exposure for the company. More exposure means more contracts. More contracts means...
More money.
That, at least, was a concept he understood.
These executives, they're all that stand in your way to this goal?
He appeared suddenly lost in thought at the prospect. They know they have something I want. Badly. They've been stringing me along and driving me nuts with a carrot on a stick approach for weeks. This is the first time that they want to actually discuss a potential deal. I have to be there for the meeting.
I'm sure puking all over the negotiation table will impress them.
He said snidely, whiplashly. She might have shot... Uh-oh, we got to do Western thing. No!
No!
Okay, she might have shot an expletive back, but her stomach lurched, and she was racing for the toilet again. Vegeta patiently bided his time until she staggered out of the bathroom, and he caught her by the shoulders and steered her towards the bed. She tried to fight his grip, and whirled around to start arguing. The smell of her breath was enough to make him cringe, but he bravely held his place. I don't like the bare minimum husband is like The greatest husband in the world narrative
Oh yeah.
that's being portrayed here. Oh, so far that's my only critique. Otherwise, I think it's very well done so far.
Just by being there makes you a great husband.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for Vegeta, yes.
In Vegeta's case, this is him going above and beyond.
Yeah.
He may anyway. Where? Don't you get it?
No, that's
Oh,
me.
That's you.
Honey,
Sorry.
don't step on my lines.
But you're sick, and I care. Apparently.
I'm going to ignore the last part of that, but don't you get it? I can't postpone this thing. There isn't anyone else who can talk to these bozos except me. I gotta go,
You are in no shape to go anywhere.
he said. To prove his point, he poked her in the chest, and she fell strengthlessly backwards across the bed. Ah.
And you're wrong. There's another who can easily do these negotiations in your place.
Gathering up fistfuls, this is getting sexual. Gathering up fistfuls of the rumpled sheet. Gathering up fistfuls of the rumpled sheets, Bulma weakly wrapped them around her shivering form as she looked up at him in misery. Oh, yeah? And who's that? His slight smirk only broadened. 3 levels down in the kitchen, Trunks looked at the clock on the stove and announced, Mom's late.
Mom's always late.
Wait, when is this? How? Oh, she's 5. Okay. Bra quipped between spoonfuls of cereal. Give me that chomping, Foley. For a 5-year-old, she ate enough to sustain 4 pro football linebackers and yet possessed a slender, almost waif-like build. She is 5! Traits of her unique lineage. I hate all of this. Well, yeah, that's true, her older brother admitted. He glanced at the clock again. But this morning's really important. She has a 9 o'clock meeting with Massive Dynamic.
Quantum dynamics.
She corrected. His face darkened slightly in annoyance. Whatever.
You gotta get the names right of other places right. It's your job, isn't it?
I'm just an intern. Mom's showing me the ropes from the ground up. I think she expects me to someday run the place or something.
Really? That's cool, Trunks.
Trunks looked at her in disbelief. Are you kidding? I don't want that. All I want to do is get laid, spend money, and goof off, he almost said, and bit down on the words barely in time. They were, for this, I'm going to say his Trunks is 18. They were close.
Yeah, thank you.
But there was he's 19 technically. But there was a 14-year gap between them, and everything he said was immediately parroted to their father. Vegeta made it painfully clear that no one gets laid in this house, and he would not tolerate either of his children becoming useless bums like his chief rival, Goku. It was just Trunks' poor luck that he was the son of a pair of crazed workaholics, and Bra seemed to be following in their footsteps. I'll make you a promise. If I can handle being president, I'll step aside and let you take a crack at it. Deal, she shouted, having absolutely no idea what she was agreeing to. And of course, as a 5-year-old, this was legally binding. She went back to her breakfast with renewed gusto. We need gusto about 20 more percent. Nick, that's fine. We also only read about it and did not actually read it.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat.
We are discovering this together, much like improv.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting into it. Trunks considered the time again and finally decided enough was enough. He knew his mother was sick with the flu, but he would never hear the end of it if he let her oversleep. He was just starting for the living room door when it swung open from the opposite side. Finally, I was just going to get... Holy crap! Bra's blue eyes widened and her spoon dropped from numb fingers into her bowl.
Wow, Papa, look at you!
Vegeta appeared wearing an immaculate 3-piece navy blue suit. Hell yeah. With a crisp white shirt and a red silk tie. I don't love the red tie. His dress shoes were polished to a satin shine. There was a gold pin on the left lapel displaying the Vegeta royal family crest. In all, the tailoring was exquisite, like most of his casual clothes. But it was rare when he actually went out of his way to dress up, especially to this extent. Even his hair looked tamed from its usual alien flame style. I don't like that commentary. Geez, who died? Was Trunks' first amazed thought as he eyeballed his father up and down.
Your mother is staying home today.
Vegeta said as he snatched a piece of toast from Bra's overladen plate and began to eat it over her protest.
Hey, Mom! I'll take her
Whoa,
place at the meeting.
he's really
this
eating that
morning.
toast.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
He's making a real meal out of it.
Delicious.
He's looking at his lips so much he's touching his nose with his tongue.
Ah, the Saiyan tongue.
Trunks is trying desperately to process all this new information. Dad, do you even know anything about... He glanced over at Bra, and she mouthed the correct name.
Quantum dynamics.
Quantum dynamics? Quantum dynamic.
Dynamics.
Oh, quantum dynamic. Dad, do you even know anything about quantum dynamics?
What's to know?
He asked in a bored tone of voice. To Trunks' relief, he saw that his father was carrying Bulma's briefcase that had all of the necessary information he would need for the negotiations. Vegeta opened the case to review the information, Trunks thought, and, to the teenager's horror, upended the contents on the table. He then proceeded to fill the carrying case with leftovers from the fridge.
Do you want my leftovers, Papa?
Bra offered, completely unruffled by the display. Vegeta took one pained look at her bright, pink Hello Kitty bag and wisely shook his head.
This will do just fine.
Dad, you've got to read these notes over, Trunks shouted, rifling through the myriad charts, stock reports, financial audits, and corporate reviews that had taken the Capsule Corporation research department over a month to collect. He held up a CD, because he's a fucking hipster, and waved it in front of his father's face. At least review this. It's got all the information you're going to need about these guys you're meeting. Vegeta snatched it out of his hand and used it as a... And used it as a coaster for his coffee mug. Civilized.
I don't need it. They're corporate fat cats, out for money. I've dealt with greedy pricks like... 20 zenny!
Bra piped up. Vegeta set his jaw and dug a 20 zenny bill out of his wallet and stuck it into the swear jar next to the stove. Pricks, I guess pricks is a dirty word in England. He continued as if he hadn't been interrupted.
I've dealt with idiots like them since I was Bra's age.
Yeah, Trunks agreed and opened their telepathic link so that the youngest member of the household wouldn't overhear. And you killed them all. Hold on, we got to do the psychic voice. Okay, here we go. Mm-hmm. And you killed them all, too. His mother had told him of his father's dark past several years ago. When asked, Vegeta never sugarcoated the details or denied his actions. Bra was oblivious, however, and Trunks intended to keep it that way for as long as possible. There's the story. I want to someone write that. I'm sure it's written. Also, Lost Carol, what up, what up?
What up, Lost Carol? Welcome.
Thanks for coming up.
Welcome, Lost Carol, to Masterpiece Fan Fiction Theater.
Dropping character real quick.
As we drop our characters
welcome
to say hello. And back into character.
Bloop. Vegeta looked back at his son with exasperation.
You're as bad as your mother.
He sent back.
No one will be killed. Threatened, maybe. Intimidated, certainly. But there will be no deaths.
Trunks dropped his eyes in shame.
Sorry, I worry.
So much like your mother.
Vegeta sighed. It wasn't an insult, but it wasn't exactly a compliment either. He sat down and dug the newspaper out from underneath the corporate notes and began to read as he nursed his coffee.
You're going to be late for work. Are you still in the mail room?
What? Yeah, I'm still there. Trunk shook his head. Never mind about that. What about you? You're the one who's going to be late. Vegeta glanced over at the clock. It was 9:15, and the headquarters portion of Capsule Corporation had moved to the far side of the western capital. The domed yellow building they lived in was now primarily used for research and development.
This is how serious negotiations are supposed to start.
He said enigmatically.
Make them sweat.
He went back to reading his paper while Trunks gaped at him in disbelief. I'm really gaping here. I can't believe it. An elaborate stretch limo was parked at the curb in front of the Capsule Corporation headquarters building. It had been idling there for quite some time. Ooh. Yeah, if you want to pick up some of these voices, I would not hate it.
It's 9:10, Mr. Bates.
The chauffeur informed the group of 5 sitting in the cabin. 5 voices!
That's fine, Jeeves.
Said Gil Bates Sr. Okay. The chief said Gil Bates Sr., the very real named Chief Executive Officer of Quantum Dynamics, and then grinned wolfishly to his companions as he added for their benefit.
Let her sweat some more.
Just make them all British.
Miles, let's review again.
Or, yeah, keep them in the UK. Phil Forbes, the corporate lawyer, turned expectantly to the blonde man on his left.
Bulma briefs.
Their research associate, Miles Murphy, began scrolling through the files on his laptop.
Took over the presidency of Capsule Corp 19 years ago from her father, the original founder and creator of Hoi Poi capsules. Since then, the company dramatically changed its product line, allowing it to expand into a worldwide empire. Fashion, automotive, space, communication, IT, you name it, Capsule Corp has their hand in it. It's become an international conglomerate. All of that on her own?
Asked the 4th member of the group, Austin Parker, the chief accountant. Real quick, can we redo Austin Parker? Can you do Austin Powers?
All that on her own? Yeah, baby.
That's... Vince, I've never heard you do an Austin Powers impersonation because why would I ever?
Yeah, I haven't done an Austin Powers impression until now. It's been since the movie.
It's really good. Like
Thank you, baby. Yeah.
You did the 360 no scope of impressions on that. Where
is this a new
chief
character? Or
accountant.
this is Chief Accountant again?
I think it's just, you know what, let's just continue as chief accountant.
She's a genius. There's no doubt. That amount of patents churned out by her research staff tripled after she took power, baby. Some really interesting stuff, man, too. She came up with the exhaust refit that allowed the company to corner the automotive market, man. Blah, blah, blah. All we know is she's smart.
Bates muttered in disgust at a woman.
Hell, she probably wears a bra. And the whole damn planet knows it. I don't
About
care
both things.
They know about two things. And I don't care about that. What's her profile? Classic driven type A personality, loyal to her company and staff, but she's equally committed to her family. Trunks, her 19-year-old son, is currently interning at the company, being groomed for the throne, so to speak. Bra, her 5-year-old daughter.
This is someone new. Martin Class.
Oh, wait, where are we? Oh. Holy crap. What is it with these names?
Sniggered the 5th member of the group, Martin Class.
It's a family eccentricity, to be sure.
Sighed Miles.
The daughter just started private school and has already been bumped up to the 2nd grade. Her husband, Prince Vegeta. Prince?
Bates interrupted, looking interested for this first time.
Seriously? His claim it's never been authenticated. Not that I look very hard. He's a martial artist. Doesn't appear to have anything to do with the company. Martial arts?
Class scoffed.
Right. I bet I could show him a few moves.
He was Gil Bates' bodyguard and all-around bagman, the person who generally handled the dirty jobs and made them disappear. He was also the 6-foot, 8-inch intimidation factor that became a key figure during troublesome negotiation with stubborn bureaucrats. The chauffeur cut in with
920, Mr. Bates.
"Smoke 'em if you got 'em." Wait.
Cigars? Cigarettes, Mr. Bates?
Yeah, in DBZ world, it's 920, not 420. Bates ignored him because he was straight edge.
I don't smoke that jazz. Anyway, recommendation.
He asked Miles.
She's emotional. Oh, God.
I don't know who anyone is. It's a crapshoot.
She's emotional. Highly so. I won't be... I won't be hard, and it won't be hard to get her agitated. I say get her entirely off guard, let class have a few, words with her, and then make your demands. She'll cave.
All right, this is Austin Powers.
Hell, Miles, why don't we... Miles, we don't want her walking out, baby. We need this merger. I fudged the books to make quantum dynamics look valuable and shiny, like my hair and eyes.
But go on. Is there something else you want to add to that sentence?
Yeah, baby. I just lost my place thinking about my own hair and eyes. But I did all that to make dynamics look viable. But it's a sinking fart, and we all know it, baby. Yeah! What we need...
Bates cut in with a hard glare to them both.
...is the highest possible offer we can get out of her. She wants our company as bad as we want her money. I'm not just handing it over. She can afford it, and I want her to pay. What we need... Oh, wait. I did it.
Oh, boy. Hold on.
Sir?
The chauffeur began.
All right.
Bates said, motioning for Jeeves to get out and open the door for them.
It's showtime, boys.
A cool 70s track plays. Once they announced themselves to the reception desk, they were directed to an elevator that took them to the top floor of the building. And then Aaron burped. And then led swiftly into private boardroom deliberately set apart from the usual brisk chaos that made up Capsule Corp's daily routine. It was prepared for the meeting and equipped with state-of-the-art presentation software, teleconferencing equipment, and well-stocked with various gourmet coffee decanters, juice, water, and a mountain of pastries. Bates and his group admired the room, but couldn't help notice one very important thing. They were the only ones here. Bulma's secretary knocked once on the door and stepped inside to announce, "Mrs. Brief offers her apologies, but is running late. She'll be here shortly."
Unacceptable.
Bates shouted, even as the secretary darted back out of the sight. "Goodbye." He shot an angry glare at Miles.
It's out of character, man.
Was his only answer for the break in routine.
She always arrives half an hour early, baby. I don't know what's going on.
Bates settled his bulk down into the nearest chair.
She'll pay for this. No one makes me wait. Nobody in this entire world. When I see her...
I'm going to say that's Vegeta there.
Bulma isn't coming.
Announced a stern voice who had said that many times before from the back room. Heads turned. Standing beside the open window was a... You know what? We're not going to get into it. Was a lone figure in a three-piece suit and a briefcase. He was short, rude, with a severe widow's peak, ruder, and had intense raven black eyes. Miles Murphy recognized him immediately.
Oh, got it.
Prince Vegeta.
I'm completely... Oh, wait. It's out of...
You know me good.
Oh, right there. You know me? Good. I can't stand introductions.
He said and walked to the front of the room, setting the briefcase on the table. He shrugged out of his coat and laid it carefully on the backrest of the head boardroom chair.
As I've said, Bulma won't be here. I'm going to handle these negotiations in her place. Unacceptable!
Bates said for the second time as he rose to his feet.
I've been in exclusive talks with Bulma. You'll refer to her as President Briefs.
Vegeta cut in sharply.
I will even permit Mrs. Briefs as a token and act of civility, unless you're...
What about Miss Jackson?
You know what? Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. I don't like this line. Unless you're fucking her, you don't get to refer to her by her first name. Understand?
Ugh. But, so your kids call her... I guess your kids call her mom. Okay, this makes... This tracks. What do her
Freak.
parents... Wait, what do her parents call her? Honey, I guess.
Honey,
Sweetie.
darling, sweetie. Again, freak.
Her friends.
Well,
Like, I don't know, a Goku or a Krillin.
that clown.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know any of these losers.
Krillin, that even shorter clown. She put those two in the friend zone, so they're basically cucks.
Yeah, I don't know any cucks, and I don't know any cucks, and I don't know anyone who makes under 7 figures. So I have no idea who they are.
You know what, Bates? I don't hate that.
Hey, I like your style. You come in here, you immediately talk about fucking someone I'm trying to have negotiations with. Let's see. I'm excited to see how this plays out. Jaws dropped all around. To say that Gil Bates' face colored was an understatement. His complexion turned positively crimson on the way down to his shirt collar. He sputtered briefly and then turned towards the door.
I'm the chief executive officer of Quantum Dynamics. I've dealt with bigger corporations than you, and I don't have to put up with this bullshit. Sit your ass back down.
Bates' hand wavered over the doorknob. Okay, sorry. Bates's hand wavered over the doorknob. He looked over his shoulder at the husband of Capsule Corporation's president.
What did you say to me?
He choked out. Beside him, Martin Class began clenching and unclenching his massive hands as if throttling an imaginary opponent. Vegeta punching an imaginary opponent. Vegeta stared back at him with half-lidded eyes. He leaned against the heavy boardroom table and crossed his arms as he said,
Don't fool yourself. You've never dealt with a company as large as this one, and we both know it. If you seriously want to talk, I'm here to listen. But understand this. There are no second chances. If you walk out that door, you won't be coming back.
that's just thought. Shit, he's serious, Bates realized. Staring back into those cold eyes, they were the eyes of a predator, possibly the predator, emotionless, without compromise or compassion, hunting for sport, mandibles, dreadlock somehow, The executive knew those eyes well. He saw them every single time he looked into a mirror because he had a magic mirror that could see Vegeta. Slowly, he backed away from the door and tried desperately to regain his composure.
I need to confer with my associates.
Vegeta nodded but didn't move from his casual position.
You have 10 minutes.
In the back of the boardroom, Miles was cringing under his group stares and whispered curses as he stared bleakly down at his laptop.
I want to know everything about that son of a bitch. You hear me?
20 zenny!
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you.
Who?
Bait.
What?
Boop. Bates hissed into his ear.
We'll break at 11:30, and by then you damn well better have provided you better have a look at me. Look at me. I have a full profile I can use. I'm running blind right now. I can't believe you didn't research this guy.
Forbes said, running his hand back and forth through his thinning hair. Miles had his hands splayed in surrender.
You told me to focus on Mrs. Briefs. The husband's a ghost. He hardly ever leaves the research building. Martial artist.
Class snorted, glaring over at the small man. Vegeta was standing at the window, apparently considering the view.
He can barely reach up and touch his nose. You want me to, No!
Forbes snapped.
The usual strategy isn't going to work with him. You stand down and keep your big mouth shut. Go!
Bates snarled at Miles, inclining his head to the door. The researcher wasted no time leaving so that he could set up somewhere private and do a thorough investigation into the sudden anomaly they were faced with. Right from the start, Miles had had a bad feeling, and the day was just getting started.
All right, well, we're ready to begin.
Bates finally announced. Hold on, how much? We're halfway through. Okay, it's not so bad. All right,
Not so
I think
bad.
we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Much like our anime heroes, we're gonna push past our acting limits.
Surpass our abilities to read.
Vegeta moved away from the window to face them.
It's about damn time. Money
20
in the jar.
zenny.
Yes, dear.
We count down. It has to be G in our house, essentially. Wait, can you say damn in a G movie?
I think so. Like,
I mean, why not?
damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's been uttered in a G movie.
That damned Jerry said Tom once, I think.
That's right. Good job, brah. You've been reading and you've been retaining those Tom and Jerry cartoons.
I think Minnie Mouse said damn when, like, Mickey walked in once, like, dressed up for a date.
Yes,
And then-
yes. You are quite the character.
Anyway, let's do a location and time change. Trunks hated the mail cart. It had a Trunks hated the mail cart. It had a loose front wheel that made a distinct squeak. Only his sensitive hybrid hearing seemed to pick up. Scree, scree, scree. When his mother had informed him that he would be interning at Capsule Corporation, he had figured he would be playing as her second in command and enjoying the sumptuous comforts of her huge head office. He knew from past experience that the leather couch in her palatial suite was extremely comfortable and could easily fit two energetic bodies looking for a discreet nooner when she was away to a meeting. Little did he know, he was destined to start from the bottom up, which Bulma never fucking did. The purpose of the lowly appointment was to learn the layout of the building and department locations, as well as key members of staff. Well, this is dumb because it'll just fucking change in 5 years. Right? Like in modern corporate.
Absolutely.
This
Modern
is, yeah.
corporate lifestyle, like length of engagement is probably like 3 years.
Yeah, like even high.
Now,
this is,
even now, it's hard to keep somebody for more than 3 years,
it's
even freelance.
Yeah, this is Bulma just being, I think, malicious at this point.
But like, I don't like this horny 19-year-old Trunks trying to get a nooner on a leather couch.
Not trying has.
Has having had.
This is an expensive couch, Trunks.
Yeah. Get those oils on a leather couch. It's
Yeah,
bad.
we know you're not cleaning up. First of all, Trunks, I know you're raw dogging. Who would teach him? Vegeta?
Listen, Trunks. We don't wear
Yeah,
jimmies or
what?
hard hats. We go raw.
Huh?
We're Saiyans.
What?
We go raw, Dad.
It's my prom night. What are you telling me?
I'm not telling you to do. Hold on, is Bulma near? I'm not
Okay.
telling you to do anything except unsheath your Z sword.
Yeah, pull.
Keep that scabbard somewhere else.
But I've kept this in my wallet for years.
Yoink. Blast. Wait,
No.
It's
Now
dead.
I'm going Super Saiyan because I'm so angry.
yes, use that rage. Good, like a good Saiyan boy.
Oh,
ready
these pictures
to
are gonna be-
fuck.
Actually, these pictures are gonna rule. Actually, now that I'm blonde.
Sure, whatever. All I'm saying is have fun. Don't wear a condom. Don't tell your mother I said that. And look, between you and me, Nooners on the couch rule.
Wait, I was thinking about you and Mom. Ew, that's how Trunks knew. He saw. He quickly opened the door and quickly closed the door. All right, where are we at?
He's back in the hallway wheeling that rickety milk cart.
Yeah, he's Trunks was lost in thought about a lot of weird things. As he wheeled the rickety mail cart down the hall, he took note of the time and was amazed that the building was still standing, 11 o'clock. That meant either the meeting with quantum dynamics had broken apart scarcely before it had begun, or, even more shocking, it was still going on. It was usually much later in the day when Trunks made his rounds to the top floor, but today he was going to make an exception. He got off the elevator and began dropping interoffice memos and documents into their respective slots, working his way over to the boardroom area and trying not to be too obvious about it. By the time he reached his destination, he realized he wasn't the only one trying to catch glimpses of the meeting through the partially closed blinds. Most of the office staff were obviously disturbed by Vegeta's presence, and there was barely any work being conducted. Everyone seemed to be holding their collective breath. Trunks made it over to Bulma's secretary's desk to the woman who had been with the company longer than the teenager had been alive. "Hey, Penny, how's it going in there?" Her shoulders were square, practically to her ears with tension. "If I'd known he was coming here, I would have called in sick," she stage whispered. She had always been deathly scared of Bulma's husband, and the fact that he was here alone was completely nerve-wracking. Trunks nodded in complete understanding. "I know he can be a bit rough." "That's not what I mean. He hasn't said a word to me. He hasn't left the boardroom. They've been at it for almost 2 hours straight, and I haven't even heard him raise his voice. It's freaking me out, man." So it wasn't just the clothes. Trunks realized with surprise as he wandered over for a closer look. His father was actually taking this whole affair seriously and keeping his power and trademark short temper, TMTM, in check. He could understand Penny's fear. It was completely out of character for the Saiyan prince. Through gaps in the blinds, Trunks could see that there were 4 representatives from quantum dynamics making their pitch. One was conducting some sort of holographic walk through the company, while another did all of the talking. You know, like in Iron Man 3? We all get it. Another was periodically sliding information sheets across the desk. Several seats down sat a huge behemoth of a man who only seemed to be scowling throughout the presentation. Audibly scowling at that.
Harumph.
Leaning back in the head boardroom chair, Vegeta appeared to be listening to what they had to say. It was hard to tell what he was thinking. His face was guarded and neutral. He suddenly sat up and opened his briefcase, and the executives stopped what they were doing and stared at him with hopeful expectation. They blinked when they watched him pull out a sandwich and start eating. I didn't have my usual breakfast. Oh, sorry, Dad.
It's fine, son. Enjoy being a lowly worm. I didn't have my usual breakfast.
Trunk's sensitive hearing picked up.
But please, continue.
He's enjoying himself, the teen realized with a slight smile as he watched the harried executives try to pick up where they left off. He's thinking, this is a bad sign. He's eating a sandwich. What do we do?
A sandwich. What do we do? Is it pastrami?
I don't know, man.
Someone figure out what that sandwich is. We can
If
get
it's
him
not
20 of the
leeks.
same kind.
If it's not leeks, it doesn't get me going, baby.
Did you say leeks?
Yeah, you put leeks on a sandwich, mate.
The thing the Pokemon holds to fight people with.
You
know,
mean Farfetch'd,
Yes.
baby? Yeah. Number 121, baby. Yeah.
Ooh, Austin, I didn't know you were such a Pokemon fan.
It was a wild guess, like a wild Pokemon, baby.
I still feel like you know enough that I can trust you as an authority on Pokemon.
Groovy, man.
Trunks often made the rash assumption, as everyone else did, that all his father knew how to do was purge planets and kill. It was during rare moments like these he realized there had probably been other diversions to occupy his father's time while in Frieza's intergalactic army. Vegeta appeared to be well schooled in diplomacy and mediation, and he looked extremely comfortable in the role. I guess a guy can't train in battle all the time. Not even him, Trunks thought. Somewhere Goku's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, Goku said, hold my 1,000-kilogram suit.
I wonder if Mom knows about this side of him. The fact that she wasn't here checking up on him, diarrhea and vomiting aside, answered his question. She knew all right. I'll be damned, he muttered, shaking his head and laughing. He went back to Penny's desk and said, you can relax. Everything's going to be all right. She eyed him doubtfully. You sure, Trunks? Positive, he said, and went about his rounds with a rare skip in his step. At 11:30 on the dot, Gil Bates rose from his chair and announced,
I think it's time we took a break.
just like Hamilton.
That's not your call to make.
Vegeta interrupted, a Rent fan, coldly, fixing him with a level glare that lasted for several seconds before he, too, got to his feet.
But I'll acquiesce to the suggestion. We'll meet back here at 1 o'clock. That should give you plenty of time to confer with your associates and find out how much information he's managed to gather on me.
Bates had been hurrying towards the door and now his, as well as his three partners, looked around at him in shock. Vegeta betrayed a slight smirk at their surprise, and his black eyes zeroed in on Martin Class's blue ones.
And I can do a lot.
No, that's you.
Oh, and
That's
I
that's
can
Vegeta.
Sorry. You look like you wanted to say something, big man. No, I'm fine. They told me not to. Oh, come on. You've got something in your craw. Get it out. Come on, hurry. Okay. So I remember the last Tenkaichi tournament that Hercule participated in, and like you killed a lot of people, man, and like you didn't go to jail at all. Like, what's with that? I'm a Saiyan
Oh,
prince.
that's right. I remember that. It was a massacre, baby. Very ungroovy of you.
Sorry, Mr. Parker. I wish not to upset you most of all. But,
Yeah, look, after this, we're going to a Dave and Buster's.
oh, hell yes.
We're
Oh, sorry.
we're gonna 20
$20
cents.
20 cents into the jar.
We're gonna play Time Crisis 5. We're gonna play it to the end, mate.
Oh, yes. Ooh, let me give this a try. Yes, baby.
Hey, you're getting there. We just gotta get you a better suit, man. You're too stuffy.
Look, I like your style. The rest of you, I hate. Imminent. It's the worst hate. I hate you almost as much as that clown Kakarot.
Is there something that maybe one of us said that you're trying to call us out on?
Ah, yes. And I can do more than just touch your nose, fugly. Believe it.
He said it. Vegeta, look, canonically, Vegeta loves Naruto.
Yes, you haven't even seen the depths of my Takuno Jutsu. I'll show you what I did to the 8th Raikage. I talked to him quietly. Shit, he heard me.
Class muttered. Like a shack. Shut up,
baby.
Parker hissed back. Vegeta put on his coat and walked to the back of the room.
1 o'clock.
He repeated, and then jumped out the window. He did a deliberate flyby past their dumbstruck faces, flipping them off and spanking his bottom.
Ha ha ha! Eat my ass.
Then he
20,
pulled down his
20,
eyelid, which is an insult of some kind.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he got a big ass tongue like Krillin.
This is what Bulma's cuck did before Frieza blew him up. Blah, 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 blah. Downstairs now.
Bates managed to say, just enraptured by the length of that tongue. Once back in the relative safety of their limousine, the quantum dynamics executives they don't want to go to the cafeteria.
Yeah, there's so many. I know there's got to be breakout rooms all over the place. There's a breakout room on the other end of the conference room.
Penny would, this is definitely Vegeta's power play. Because in a normal situation, I feel like it would have been catered, right? Penny would have brought in something nice.
Champagne if it's noon, whiskey if it's later in the day.
Once back in the quantum dynamics executives all rounded on Miles Murphy, who was still digging for information in cyberspace. He took off his headset and said,
I'll give you what you want. I'll give you what I've got, and whatever it is you want. Now remember, I only had 2 hours.
Just give it to me.
Bates said, struggling with his temper. Organizing his notes, the researcher cleared his throat and began.
I told you before that this guy was a ghost. That's not an exaggeration. Prior to 764 AD, there were no records that this guy ever existed. It's like he materialized out of thin air.
Thin air? Funny you should mention that.
Martin grunted.
Would you shut up, man?
Parker said.
But you all saw it. He flew.
Bates never stopped looking at Miles.
We're not just dealing with some martial artists, are we?
No, sir. His first public appearance on record was at the Cell Games. You remember that smoke and mirror show that everybody... It was like David Blaine on steroids.
It was when Hercule beat up that weird grasshopper man, baby.
Yes. Yes. Hercule Satan defeated Cell at his games. I think it later became adapted into Wipeout, now hosted by Nicole Byer.
And John Cena.
How could I forget?
What a pair.
And I'm the research guy. Thanks, Parker. Parker, everyone likes you.
Hey, it's if you're just no worries. You know, you just do a little groovy dance, some slight sexual inappropriateness, and you're in like Flynn.
Must be all that mojo you've been drinking.
Mojo brand energy drink.
Yes. Anyway, he was a combatant along the rest of Earth's special forces. He was a member of those guys?
Martin asked in disbelief. Miles shook his head.
He's not listed in the office official roster. It appears to be a loose association, more credited to Bulma Brief's close familiarity to the members than anything else, really. However, in every single major combat situation this planet has ever faced, he's been cited among their ranks. He's not a member because he's in a league of his own. I haven't even suggested he's illegal yet.
Parker scowled at him.
What? Yeah, I don't understand, man. What the hell does this mean? It means he blows things up and lets weaker fighters pick up the pieces. I don't have an abilities list, but the fact that he survived the Cell Games, as well as that business at the 25th World Tournament, suggests he's one of the most powerful people on the planet. And you insulted him. Nice going, numbnuts. Oh,
Phil Forbes said, glaring daggers at a pale-faced Martin class.
there's more.
Miles said.
Great.
His high status at Capsule Corporation is not credited simply to marriage. Remember the surge of patents that took the place after Bulma took power? Most of those are his. He works by contract for the Research and Development Division.
So they're a team. That explains a lot.
Bates said, looking resentfully out the window. He had wondered how Bulma had managed to take her father's little company and transform it into an international entity without rival. Now he knew. Well, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah,
Of course, a man did it.
I always knew
Explains it.
had to be a man behind the scenes. Any recommendations on how to deal with him?
At this point, Miles' expression became downright grim.
I've done all the research I could. His personality profile is actually similar to Mrs. Brief's. Vain, arrogant, and prideful. He's very very protective of his family, as evidenced when you
He looked at his superior.
referred to the president by her first name, even though you've never fucked her. Oh, sorry. Into the jar with you. 20 quid in the jar. I fiercely recommend against bringing up the names of either of their children. The consequences might be extreme. I came across a rumor that Mrs. Briefs once blackmailed and he killed the perpetrator. It's unsubstantiated, of course, but
He let that statement hang in the air. Bates grasped the meaning, and so did the others. There wasn't a successful company in the world that didn't dig a few unmarked graves along the way to prosperity, literally and figuratively. For quantum dynamics, that nefarious task had been assigned to class, and its performance to date had been impressive. By accident or design, Bulma had found her own bagman, and he had the power, wealth, and intelligence to get away with what he did in the shadows. Bates had hoped to saunter in and overpower Bulma because she was a woman with offers charm, and if that didn't work, some alone time with class. The husband's appearance had turned the tables. Bates rubbed his forehead with a handkerchief, and it came away damp, gross, sopping, honestly. He wrung it out comically. And it just splashed
Class,
over
I can't
everyone.
bring this out. I'm not strong enough. Oh, okay.
He handed it to class. He wrung it out in one twist. Class enjoyed the smell of his boss.
Oh, yeah, boss. That's
Gates
power.
looked at class, grossed out.
Ew.
And Class quickly handed the handkerchief back to his boss,
Sorry, boss.
hoping to get back on track. Miles saw the rare gesture of indecision on his boss's face, but plunged on.
The entire Capsule Corporation staff is deathly scared of that guy, except maybe for those R&D. Those in R&D, those guys are crazy. You ever work with anybody in R&D?
Hey, come 5 o'clock Friday night.
I mean, those
They-
gentlemen. You down with R&D? Yeah, you know me. That's what I'm saying.
It's like Studio 54.
Mm-hmm.
Like condensed in an hour.
Condensed?
Shit.
Like within a capsule.
Yes, and milk. Did you know that's where Professor Breeze got the idea? He saw condensed milk and like, why can't you do that with everything? And here we are.
How did that not come through my research? Parker, you never cease to amaze me.
That's
Look,
right, it was me. I was doing an impersonation of you, baby.
Oh my goodness. I thought I was talking to myself.
And you thought you had an inner monologue going.
I was like, wow, this has never happened to me before. I'm not one of those people who has a running internal monologue. But I
You know,
digress.
there are some. Look, I have to say this. There are some. Look, I found this groovy fact out. Apparently, some people don't think in words; they only think in pictures. They don't have internal voices.
Oh my. Pictures? I guess they would say 1,000 words, just like everyone signed a non-disclosure agreement as a condition of employment. Whatever they know about him, whatever dark secret that existed prior to his appearance 21 years ago, they're not talking. Any suspicions?
Visibly hesitating, Miles averted his eyes and said in a low voice,
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I don't think he's from this planet.
Martin threw his massive arms up in a gesture of surrender and slumped down into his seat. For once in his life, he was lost for words.
Great.
Forbes said again. Parker couldn't believe the other's acceptance to the news.
Wait a minute, man. Are you kidding me? He's an alien? That's so not groovy, baby. That's the best you could come up with? Listen, it's not that simple. Earth was invaded. Oh, let's see. I'll take you back. Earth has been invaded on and off by hostile threats for almost 60 years. It's a matter of record. Have you ever seen members of Earth's Special Forces? They're not a human-looking bunch.
Krillin's in the back like, well, I don't appreciate that. I'm very human.
The only humanoid-looking members of Earth's Defense Force, one has 3 eyes, the other has no nose and 6 dots on his head, and the other
Religious reasons.
Anyway, and the other one is just a wuss. He couldn't be human. He's so weak. And then there's the green guy, and then there's the spiky-haired guy.
My favorite's the weird clown baby who floats around and just kind of giggles.
Yeah, see? He can't be human. None of them can be.
Oh, now you're starting to sound a bit like me, aren't you, Miles? You're picking up my accent.
Look, you're from Hampstead. I'm from Gloucestershire. We're neighbours, but not close.
It's practically the same.
Yeah.
To the untrained ear. Mm-hmm. To a non-UKer, as the classic
we all
term for
say.
us.
Anyone who's not under the Queen's rule is a non-UKer.
Yeah. And NUK, vote no on NUK. We love Brexit.
Yes, I'll say I did a lot of seeding of Brexit. Anyway,
Real quick, would Austin Powers for or against Brexit? Officially now.
me? Keep
I guess
Britain
anyone
for
in chat.
the Brits, baby. Yeah,
Where are we?
because I hate the Dutch, man. They're just
That's
weird.
true. He did hate the Dutch. Yeah.
Freaky deaky Dutch. I love gold. You again, man. Get out of here. You're not groovy, gold member. You tried to kill Beyonce, man. That's not cool. She was after my gold. My gold, yoo-hoo. Anyway, bong and a blitz. Smoking a stack.
Pipe and a pancake.
Pipe and a pancake. Anyway,
I blame Nick. Continue. Where are we?
you asked my opinion, and I gave it to you. For a fact, Prince Vegeta, a no-nonsense hard case. He won't react to coercion or intimidation. With all due respect, gentlemen, we'll be lucky to get any serious offer for quantum dynamics at this point in time.
There was a hard thump as Bates slammed his fist against the upholstered door.
Damn it! We strung Bulma along to whet her interest in our company, but we drew it. We drew it out too bloody long. I'm also British.
It was my recommendation, sir. I shoulder the blame.
Miles offered, a real cuck about it. Bates rounded on him with bared teeth.
You're damned right you do. When we get back to the office, you'll clean out your desk. You're fired.
Well, I would just leave right now then. That was
No,
me
but
if
you
that was the case.
stay. Cause you like it. You like it when I talk to you like this.
I do. Yes, I do.
Anyway, Forbes, what were you gonna say? What are we going to do?
Forbes asked, trying to get them back on track. Both the reader and the characters in this story.
Walk out of the meeting and go look for another buyer? Is that what we'll do?
Parker was agitated at the suggestion.
It's too late for that, man. I can't cook the books for much longer. My hands will burn. It's a miracle that Capsule Corporation's accounting department hasn't spotted the discrepancies, baby, in what I've given them. I don't need to tell you what will happen if our stock options get worse, man. When word gets out, our own president hightailed it to Mexico with his huge self-imposed bonus. Yeah, baby. We're on borrowed time, mate.
No one paid attention to that comment because no one in America cares about that.
That's right.
Well, they argue, yeah. Just another day in corporations. While they argued back and forth, Martin Class slouched further down in his seat and regarded the civilian traffic moving swiftly along the sidewalk. They were parked across the street from Capsule Corporation, but this was still the business district, and everyone on their lunch break was dressed in corporate attire. Dresses, pantsuits, business suits, a 3-piece navy blue suit with a red power tie.
Gil?
The bodyguard interrupted.
Oh, wait. Gil?
The bodyguard interrupted.
This limo's soundproofed, right?
Bates shot him a distracted glance.
Yes, of course. And the windows are all one-way bulletproof glass. Why? 'Cause I swear we're being watched.
Martin finished in a strained voice, jabbing his finger against the polarized glass. Boop, 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 boop. Everyone in the car leaned over and, sure enough, Vegeta was standing across the street from them with his hands in his pockets and another one giving a peace sign. They were also in his tailored slacks. He appeared to be staring at the limousine for no reason that any of them could fathom. Hesitantly, Miles offered an experimental wave, and Vegeta immediately returned it. There could be no doubt.
Holy shit, man.
Parker said with a sickly voice. Vegeta tapped the wrist of his left hand, as if gesturing to a watch, and then took to the air. A few of the commuters on the busy sidewalk looked up in surprise, but it was short-lived, and everyone went back to their own affairs as if seeing this sight every day. Given Capsule Corp's reputation for the unusual, it was probably likely.
I think our lunch break is over.
Forbes said, adding a groan.
Oh,
All
I didn't even
traces,
get to eat anything.
all traces of patience were gone from Vegeta's face when the 5 men walked back into the boardroom.
You have insulted me personally, and you've insulted this company with your ignorance. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't just boot your collective asses out onto the curb. Yes, of course. Sorry, brah. My lovely daughter.
Do you want my lunch, Papa?
Yes, let me get a quick bite. Oh, yes. Very, very delicious.
That's fine. I still have cereal.
Papa's very proud of you.
Struggling with his composure, Bates reasoned. I said struggling with his composure. Bates reasoned.
I believe we can come to an equitable settlement that will favor both parties. Do you now?
The Saiyan sneered, clearly unconvinced.
I would suggest you take a moment to come up with a reasonable asking price that might entice me. Be advised that I've notified the accounting department to go over your figures more closely. It's now just a matter of time. Who will placate me first?
While the bigwig scrambled to crunch numbers, Vegeta glanced over at Miles Murphy.
You're good. Want a job?
Miles blinked in surprise and then looked at Bates and remembered the exchange in the limousine.
Yes, sir?
He admitted.
What the hell?
Bates said incredulously.
Sorry, Gil, but you fired me.
The researcher said, adding a lame shrug.
Go report to personnel.
Vegeta said, pointing to the door. As he watched Miles leave the boardroom, he had to submerge his surprise and admiration. The young human had accomplished in 2 hours what most freelance journalists hadn't been able to accomplish in a month: discover Vegeta's ambitions and origins. The Saiyan wanted him within the ranks of Capsule Corp, where the non-disclosure gag order were to keep the man quiet and under his close eye. Humans weren't the only ones who believed in the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Frieza had taught him that hard and fast rule. And so much more. He grappled with the old memories. And was relieved when Bates offered him a folded piece of paper so that he could get back to the task at hand. He considered the offer for all of 2 seconds and then pulled out a pen, made a mark on the paper, and handed it back. Looking at the scribble, Bates glanced at him as if he wasn't sure if he was on the receiving end of a particularly bad joke.
All you did was remove a 0.
He managed to say.
And that's Capsule Corp's starting offer. Unless you can prove to me with actual figures your company is worth more.
Vegeta said, crossing his arms and glaring at him with his predator's eyes, making a weird clicking sound.
I'm waiting to hear it. And for a good bit of sport.
Vegeta immediately went back into cloaked mode, and Bates' mouth worked, but no sound came out. For perhaps the first time in his long life, he was genuinely at a loss. Less than an hour later, Trunks sensed his father's key on the roof of the headquarters building and went up to offer his congratulations. The floor was buzzing with the successful outcome of the meeting with Quantum Dynamics, bought for 1/10 of the original asking price, no less, and the fact that it had all been accomplished without tantrums, casualties, or property damage. The teenager stepped out of the emergency exit and began clapping when he spotted his father standing near the north corner. Way to go, Dad. Vegeta was considering the city view, and it only offered the youth a grunt of acknowledgement. He should have been pleased with the victory, but he only looked troubled. Trunks recognized the brooding expression immediately. What's wrong?
Nothing.
I'll say, the teen said with a laugh. You sure handle those corporate hotshots. Everyone's talking about it. I guess you've done this sort of thing before, huh? When you were in space? Vegeta's left eyebrow twitched.
Not exactly.
Oh, I feel like we're going to get a big twist here soon. We're going to get some stark revelation.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
Rather than be drawn into a discussion he didn't want to participate in, he faced his son directly.
Go home and tell your mother the news. The final papers will be couriered to her this afternoon. It's entirely up to her to make the final decision whether she wants to accept the offer.
Trunks' blue eyes widened in surprise. I can leave work early? Are you serious?
Go.
Vegeta said, adding an impatient nod skywards. Not questioning his good fortune, Trunks took the air and sped a direct course home. Well, sort of. He knew he'd get a nooner in before he had to deliver these news. Vegeta watched him until he was out of sight and then turned his dark gaze back to the cityscape.
I'm going to break my promise to you, boy.
He said under his breath. Yes! Across town! Martin Class swiped the key card to his hotel suite and walked inside. He barely had enough time to take a shower and pack before joining up with the group at the airport. Talk about leaving a city with your tail between your legs. Martin was frustrated and disappointed that he'd been rendered so useless in this meeting. Once quantum dynamics got restructured under the Capsule Corp empire, he wondered if he would even have a job. Finding normal work was hard for a guy who broke kneecaps for a living. The doors to the balcony were wide open, and Martin went over to close them. He had barely gotten one hand on the handle when a fist appeared out of nowhere and nailed him squarely in his solar plexus. Oof! Driving him backwards. He fell to one knee, trying to catch his breath while Vegeta walked inside the suite and quickly closed the balcony doors behind him, followed by the heavy curtains. This is some Suge Knight shit, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like what's about to happen.
What the hell?
Martin coughed.
Your purpose in this meeting was to intimidate Bulma.
Vegeta stated coldly.
There's no other explanation for your presence today. You don't know what you're talking about. Of course I know.
The Saiyan exploded.
I know because I had to do the exact same thing at every negotiation I was ordered to attend. I intimidated, I coerced, and when that didn't work, I killed. That's your job, isn't it?
Realizing that he was in over his head, Martin raised his hands to try and stall for time.
Look, fella, I was just supposed to scare the woman a little. I wasn't going to hurt her. Why would your colleague make the recommendation against bringing up the names of my son and daughter? What else were you prepared to do?
He said in fury, not
Sorry.
screamed. No, that's fine. We can. I like your more reserved take. Vegeta, no. Vegeta
He's in
ain't
a
gonna.
hotel room. That would make a scene.
For this scrub, Vegeta knows he's not gonna scream about this.
Yeah.
In desperation, Martin pulled out his concealed revolver. With a burst of speed, Vegeta moved in and knocked it out of his hands, breaking the thug's wrist. Crack. At the same time, just as Martin pulled in breath for a scream, a blow to the larynx crumpled his voice box. The scream came out as choked rattle of sound. Vegeta circled him like a hungry lion that smells blood in the air.
I take Bulma and my children's safety very seriously. No one threatens them and expects to live.
He knelt down and grabbed Martin's shirt collar, hoisting him up so that they were face to face.
I'm going to kill you.
he said in a matter-of-fact voice. Martin tried desperately to pull away from that grip of steel.
Please, don't.
He mouthed those words over and over. Vegeta shook his head.
You can't. You can't reason with me. You can't bribe. You can't beg. This is what I trained to do. Of all people, you should understand that best. You threatened my family, and now you're going to pay the price. The only downside is, I can't use any ki, or the others will sense it.
For the first time since they had met, Vegeta offered him a cold grin of satisfaction.
Fortunately, I don't need powers for this.
He said, and drew his free hand back into a tight fist. Dibbiz, dibbiz, dibbiz.
DBZ.
Late that night, Vegeta restlessly prowled the living quarters of the yellow dome building he had come to accept as his home. He stopped beside the closed door to Trunks' room and gently strummed the chords of their rapport. The teenager was in a deep, contented sleep. Across the hall, the Saiyan opened the door to his daughter's room and peered inside, his eyes quickly adjusting to the gloom. Bra was cocooned in her sheets and comforter. Her sea foam-colored hair spilled across the pillow. She was sleeping peacefully. Leaning against the door jamb, Vegeta struggled with his emotions as he watched his daughter. The surge of intense possessiveness eclipsed everything he had ever known or felt before. This was his family, his. They gave his life a purpose, a direction, and he realized today what lengths he would go to preserve the very rare gift. He would do it again without hesitation or remorse. He stood like that and protectively watched over her for a very long time. Bulma felt the bed settle and cracked her eyes open to look at the readout on the clock of the nightstand. It was 2 a.m. It's about time you got back. Where the hell were you?
Good, the lights are out. I wanted to make up for
Well, yeah, it's nighttime. Duh.
the lost training.
Vegeta lied. He eyed his wife in the darkness. Gross.
You look and sound more like your usual self.
I'm much better. Thank you for noticing. It must have been a 24-hour bug, she said, turning on the light. Click. So, how do you find playing president for a day?
Damned exhausting.
He admitted.
I don't know how you stand it.
You get used to it.
Never.
Deny it all you want. You're a natural at it. My cell phone's been ringing off the hook all afternoon. Trunks couldn't praise you enough about how cool and collected you acted throughout the meeting. And even Penny's complimenting you, she said with a mocking smile. I ended up signing the contract, but only after a little finagling with Gil Bates to add some prime real estate, considering the grief he put Capsicorp through with the fake books. Hell, this wasn't so much as a merger as a hostile takeover. I'm pleased to see that princely charm of yours finally came to some good use. Normally, he would be baited by the casual dismissal of his royal lineage, but he only observed her closely, his eyes dark and mysterious. When his examination continued, she looked at him with concern. What is it?
I had no idea that your position of authority makes you a potential target.
He said after some pause. Oh, please. I can take care of myself, Vegeta. I've been gallivanting around the planet since I was a teenager. Remember when Goku touched my butt that one time?
Don't remind me.
And I think Oolong touched it.
The idea of that clown and that pig?
Yeah, Jirobe definitely saw it at some point.
What? Yajiro Beast saw your butt?
Yeah, but he was probably distracted by beats.
That's right. I think he has a sexual relationship with beans.
A psychosexual relationship.
He is a psycho. He cut off my tail. What's up with that?
Hey, I like you better without a tail.
Shut up, baby. I know it.
He had heard, and with that, he had heard quite enough of her quaint adventures and didn't want to veer off topic.
I'm not talking about that. You're in a position of power, and that attracts threats. Threats mean danger to you, Trunks, and Bra. It concerns me.
It worries you, Bulma translated in her mind. She wasn't sure where this was coming from. Perhaps his one day at Capsule Corp had opened his eyes and showed him just how demanding a powerless little human's life could actually be. The company has a highly skilled security division. Trunks can more than take care of himself. You started training Bra. Get it? Wink. When we're home, you're here. So how can any of us be in danger?
It just concerns me, that's all.
He said morosely, knowing that there was no resolving the issue. It's been a long day, she said, kissing him on the cheek, like they had just watched Riverdale, and then rolling over to turn off the light. We'll talk about it more tomorrow.
Yes,
She settled.
Kakarot, we'll talk about the show.
Wait, are you still? Hey, hold on, I'm turning the lights back on.
Huh?
Are
What?
you still watching Riverdale with Kakarot and Goku?
Well, when we're watching Riverdale, it's Kakarot.
All right. I told you not to skip ahead of me. I'm still on season 1.
We've already been through all of the available seasons of Riverdale.
You did the
started
musical
again.
episodes too. You started again. You're gonna lap me like Captain America.
Look, episode 1 on your left.
She settled in. All right, I'm turning the lights back off. We'll talk about it in the morning. She settled into her pillow and was drifting off to sleep when he suddenly pressed up against her, wrapping an arm protectively around her waist. Vegeta?
What?
He murmured as he settled as close to her as he could get. This degree of contact, without the requisite intimacy, was unusual, and Bulma was shocked by the rare behavior. Are you all right?
Fine. Go to sleep.
She grasped his hand with her own and then betrayed a bewildered laugh. I think I'm going to let you take the reins of the company more often. Behind her, she heard the barely audible response.
Over my dead body.
Always the tough guy, she whispered, and fell asleep with a smile on her face.
Oh, woman, you have no idea.
Vegeta thought as he listened to her breathing smoothen out. He settled his forehead against the nape of her neck, inhaling her scent, and closed his eyes in contentment. The end. Hey! If you enjoyed the story and would like to see more like it, please feel free to buy me a coffee so I can stay up later and write some new material for you. No pressure and thanks in advance. Cheers! And there's a Ko-fi link.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's just put that in the chat.
I was going to say, can we put that in the chat?
Ooh, you're all going to see me type things. Ko-fi. Dark Angelist.
Dark Angels.
Darkeeang.
A-N-G.
Does it work?
A-N-G-E-L-U-S.
Hold on. Well, I don't want to, I guess because you can't put links and things.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Oh, you can't copy paste.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't think we can copy paste this at all.
Interesting. That makes sense.
The
Here, we'll do it
integrity
this way.
of the writer's intention
Damn.
cannot be altered like some
But
wiki.
dude, while we look up this, holy cats, that was so good.
What a rockin' affair. Oh, sorry, back in character.
I don't believe he has a Ko-fi anymore. I believe he's abandoned the ship.
Oh no,
It doesn't seem to
Kofi's
be
abandoned
popping up.
the ship.
This was also written back in 2009.
2009. A different Kofi was running the UN. Kofi Annan.
Dark Angel, this is more than likely has several children, perhaps the grandchildren at this point in time. Or he's a skeleton man of some sort,
Yeah,
of some renown.
He could be a dead person, for all we know.
We hope not, because what a wondrous story that was heartwarming. Talked about fucking at noon. Talked about teenage sex.
Yes.
Children eating a bunch of cereal, murder, but also a heartwarming tale of a man coming to appreciate his family.
And I'd say the section about Vegeta coming to grips with his own brutality and leveling with Mr. Martin class in that moment was, I'd say, a class act.
It was a morality tale. It certainly put the listener and reader into the idea of, if that were my family, would I do the same? Oh, I went too deep. My voice went too scratchy for this.
It's quite all right. Quite all right. It's about that time that we get to steppin', as the kids do say. So, thank you all so much for tuning in to Masterpiece Fan Fiction Theater, as hosted by Kame House Party. And remember, we will be back this Thursday at 8 p.m. right here, twitch.tv. Give us a follow, give us a like, tell your friends about us. Do we have a game that we're playing?
I thought my understanding that we were going to tread the boards of the East with a multiplayer Ghost of Tsushima.
Ah, yes. We're going to play Ghost of Tsushima, the expansion, the multiplayer.
Where the crows are always at 100%.
Yes, crows at 100%. And just... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to just go ahead and say there's like a 30-second tutorial that you definitely need to do before we start on Thursday.
Good point. Good point. I will definitely forget until the day of. But
Nicholas Lascaro, thank you for staying to the end, and thank you for the kind words of admiration. We as actors, we live for praise. That is our only currency.
that is it.
But real money rules too. It's that Zenny baby.
Ah, yes. I was getting envious of how much Zenny young Bra was collecting throughout the story.
She is already from wealth. She's got a bit of a leg up.
Ah, yes.
Bra privilege.
Yes, bra privilege. I can't wait for what is it? Varsity Saiyan Blues, the hit documentary about how Vegeta and Bulma conned their children into many prestigious schools. And yes, of course, this was a wonderful time. A wonderful time.
A wonderful amount of time. Yes.
Time.
But we must we take our bow. The curtain is closing. There are several dozen roses at our feet that we must collect and eat, as is the actor's tradition.
That is it. Every actor eats the roses you throw on stage.
Yeah. So please stop, honestly.
It's very hard on the stomach.
Oh, it's much too fibrous. But Vincent, if you will take us out the way we always are taken out of these.
Yes, of course. Whether you are trying to pack in a Nuna within your day, or you're screaming, "Yeah, baby, yay," you've got to
keep old-timey boxing.
Fighting! Gah!
God.
Ha! Have at you! Kamehameha! and all that.
On guard.
You wave your white handkerchief in defeat.
Solar flare, I must say.